look in there. That is incredible. Oh, look at that. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are making a request that's been coming in many times. I've no idea why, but it's been coming in. We're going to make the old-fashioned, old-school cornflake tart. It's a really straightforward recipe actually. The hard job is making the pastry, but if you buy the pastry, it's not hard. So let's crack on and make the pastry. In here I have some flour. I'll go in with some salt, and then we'll add our fats, a bit of butter, a bit of lard. Bring it all together. We're just going to mix it together. Fingers and thumbs, light mixing in between your fingers and thumbs. Bring it all together with the flour, and we're trying to achieve breadcrumbs, breadcrumb consistency, the usual way of making pastry. So just bring it together and rub it through your fingers and thumbs quite lightly. Now this is not cold butter by any means. This is butter that's been on the side and it's warm. Now we're not doing French pastry, we're making a pie. So just bring it all together, lift, rub between your hands. Just lift and rub. Now rub gently. Lift and rub until we bring it all together. There we are, breadcrumbs. Okay, in this bowl I have some water. Just go in there with some apple cider vinegar and we'll crack in our egg. Give it a light beating. Beat it up. And then we'll add it to our dough mixture. Stir it all around. Start to incorporate it in there. Once you've got all the fluid in there, get your hand in and start bringing it together. Nice and easy. Just squash together, but don't squash too hard. Just pull it all together until we get a nice dough. Very easy, very straightforward. It's very therapeutic actually, you know, but you can do this in a food processor. It only takes about a minute to do the whole procedure. But you know, in a bowl, take about 5 minutes. That's all it takes. So once you've got it all together, we need to split it. Split it into two. We want a top and a bottom. Flatten it out a little bit. Just makes it easier for us. And then what we need to do is wrap it in cling film to go in the fridge. Out with your cling film, wrap it over, flatten it down a little bit, makes it easier for rolling. Same with the other one. There we go, 2 flattened discs of pastry. Put in the fridge for about half an hour or so. Okay, so that's our pastry out the fridge. A little bit of flour on here. Now the pastry might be a little bit cold, so we'll just have to take it as it is. It's not too cold because it's not been in there long enough, to be honest. Okay, on there, a little bit of flour on our pin. Bit of flour on the board. And let's have it rolled out. Nice and steady, roll it out. And we want to roll it out so it actually fits our tin, our pie case. That's all it is. So flour, roll, turn over, roll it out. Not hard. Okay, that's a decent lump. We're going to use this tart tin. It's about 8.5 inches or 8-inch tart tin. Now I have lined the bottom. I always line the bottom It's just something that I prefer to do. Right, we need to get that pastry in there, and then we're going to blind bake it. So let's have that in there. Now let's not make such a big deal out of it. Just nice and gently, round we go, and push it down. Right into the edge if you can get it in there. Now, as you can see, we've got quite a lot of pastry overhanging there. Now you can run a knife round, or you can just get a pair of scissors. Whatever's handy, it doesn't matter. Pastry, don't throw your pastry away. Pastry can be reused. So fold that in there, make sure it goes all the way in. Push it up there, into the side of the tart tin. And we should get that lovely fluted edge. Okay, we're pre-baking it, so you have to prick some holes in it. Okay, straightforward in. Why do we prick holes in? To stop it from bubbling up from the bottom. And then we want to take some parchment paper, and we just want to sit it in there. Preheat your oven, 180 degrees. Weigh down your pastry with rice or anything. These are ceramic baking beans. Push down slightly and out to the edge. You know, we don't want the edge to bubble in when it's cooking. Okay, that's good enough for preheating. In we go. In there. Now I'm using the high sapienza air fryer oven as per usual. You know, I think it's a great piece of kit. So we need to set that time to 15 minutes, and that's going to pre-bake our pastry. So that's time to clean up and knock up our filling. So the filling for this couldn't be any easier. It is really, really steady. In the pan with some butter. A flame on. Not too high, we don't want to burn anything. Just loosen that butter onto the bottom of the pan. Then in with our golden syrup. In with our brown sugar. And we want to be going in with a little bit of salt just to balance it out. And then all we do is just bring that together. Get the sugars melted, the butter melted, fantastic. So as soon as we get some bubbles on there, look, you don't have to boil it like crazy. In with your cornflakes. Quick stir through. Let's have that fully incorporated with all that sugar mixture. Flame off. That will do. There's no cooking as such, you know, it's just make sure it's loose enough to cover all those cornflakes. One side, wait for our pastry to be done. Okay, 15 minutes is up, that comes out of there. That comes out of there, that is absolutely boiling, so be very careful. Now we need to take all those beads out of there and put it back in. Now that's going back in the oven for another 2 minutes, just to put a little bit of drying on the bottom of there. Now this is a very straightforward pudding, you know, and at school, you know, we used to get them in a big tray, and you can see why it's so easy, so quick to do. Okay, that will do, it's had a couple of minutes. That is job done. Okay, you can see we got a little bit of colour on there, that's fine. Now, if you've been following the channel, you know we make our own jam, and this is raspberry jam. So we want some raspberry jam on the bottom of there. Now, traditionally they would use strawberry or raspberry. You know, a lot of places definitely use strawberry jam, but you know, raspberry jam, well, especially this homemade anyway, has that really nice tart flavour, which really goes well with that golden syrup. And you know, if you really wanted to be pedantic, you know, you could just trim off those edges now. I'm not really all that bothered, to be honest, you know, but let's just neaten it up just for the sake of the video. Okay, we need to be going on there with our cornflakes. Now give it a little push down. We do want all this in there. Okay, that's about as good as it's going to get. Now that goes back in the oven for between 5 and 10 minutes, no more than that. So in we go for 10 minutes. So as soon as this comes out of there, we'll knock up some custard. Let's take that out of there. Oh. There we go. There you go, that's our cornflake tart made. Old school recipe. Look at that. And that is nice and solid. We'll just let it cool down and we'll serve it up with some custard. Okay, to help this cool down, I think we just need to be popping this tin. That'll do. In our pan, 2 heaped tablespoons of custard powder, regular custard powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a little bit of salt, a little bit of vanilla. So we're going to make a vanilla custard. So we're in there with about a teaspoon tops. In there with some milk. Flame on and start whisking. That's it. You do not have to follow the packet instructions of take 2 tablespoons out and mix it with 2 tablespoons of custard powder. That is ridiculous. This is basically corn flour. So if you heat up corn flour with your milk, it thickens up, and obviously it's custard flavoured, vanilla flavoured, so it's going to be custard. It's as easy as that. It's not complicated. Almost a continuous stir because we do not want to burn that. If we lift off the flame now, that is a good custard. And that is a nice pourable custard. And that's how to make custard. Easy as that. Come on, I don't think we can wait for it to go completely cold. Let's get in here. Oh, crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh. Oh, look in there. That is incredible. Oh, look at that. Old school cornflake tart and custard. Let's give it a go. Oh, there we go. in there. Oh, come on. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, oh, oh. Incredible. That raspberry jam under there with that cornflakes, that caramel, the custard. Oh, that is going way back to school. Thank you very much for making the suggestions. If anybody's got any more old school suggestions, please leave a comment and we'll see if we can make them. So if you like what we're doing, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. Catch you in the next video.